is everything. Deception, that you can deceive people all the time. So he believed in the power of money, chiefs.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view.
That's another mountain. I knew of that outcome. I knew the win was certain. I was just waiting for the margin. Because I know the mountain. And what has happened to this Olkalou by-election, I've seen Ruto and his people crying that we are celebrating too much. Yes, we are celebrating because of various issues that are important. One, I knew when I talked to the people of the mountain, since I left office, UDA was dead. William Ruto was finished in the mountain. And I knew that because I'm a man who listens to the ground. I talk to the people. The people of the mountain don't talk much. Even when they're angry, they just sing. You don't see them coming in the streets to riot. You know, when I was removed from office, William Ruto was telling a friend of mine that even people outside my home, a town called Kiamariga, nobody complained. People just kept quiet because that's who they are. The mountain people are quiet people. So I knew since 2024, October, that UDA was dead and William Ruto, his fate was sealed. Olkalou was just a confirmation of what I knew. The people of the mountain was just confirming what they know and what they intend to do in the coming general election. Yeah? So it's a shock to them, not to us. As we have just confirmed what we have known all along. And it gives us impetus now to activate the final phase as we go towards the next general election.
Okay.
That our marriage with William Ruto is over. It has been over for the last 2 years. This is just a confirmation. They call it in marriage, when you get married, a couple, there's something they call consummation of marriage. Now, this one is a divorce. It's the final papers. Yeah, the divorce has been there. It's been going on back and forth, courts, but the final proclamation has been done, and the marriage is irreversibly broken. The mountain has moved on, and we expect William Ruto to move on, so that everybody just moves in his own direction, and then we'll face each other down there next year.
So for the skeptics out there, kindly break down, how does a parliamentary win translate to the presidential race in 2027? Because ideally, the focus of the voters in Olkalou would be on the quality of the 9 candidates on the ballot, not a veto against a national leader.
The 2010 Constitution has a provision that for you to be elected president, you must attain 50+1. That particular provision portends that the Mount Kenya region is central in electing a president. Since the proclamation of the 2010 Constitution, whoever the mountain has supported has been president. President Uhuru Kenyatta was supported by the mountain and others, and he became president. The same happened in 2017. In 2022, President William Ruto was supported by the mountain and others, and he became president. From where I sit, being a very practical realist, politics is a game of numbers. The mountain has moved away from William Ruto. He has no chance whatsoever, because that vote is huge. And it's even more complicated because in 2022, he got 87% of the vote. 13% went to Raila Odinga. 1.6 million people did not vote. That 87%, that 13%, that 1.6 that did not vote are all together against him. Whoever they'll vote for, either from the mountain or from outside the mountain, will be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. These are statistics.
Okay.
It's not anything that is, numbers don't lie. And we have a history that from 2013, 2017, 2022, William Ruto became president courtesy of the mountain vote that has now moved away from him. And Olkalou was just a pointer of how things will be. In fact, the 13% that the UDA candidate got is for the UDA candidate because he's a local, he's called Mushina. He has been working in the CDF office for 13 years. And naturally, he has relatives, he has friends, he has people he has assisted here and there. If it was William Ruto as president, I want to tell today, without battling an eye, he would not have gotten 3%. And the people of Olkalou wanted to make a statement. At 5, they were on the queue. By 12 o'clock, 57% of registered voters had voted, 45,000 votes, and 40,000 votes. And there was voter suppression from midday all the way to the evening. Had there been no voter suppression, it is my estimation that we would have had 75% voter turnout. And that would have reduced what UDA got to a single digit, 6-7%. So that is where we are.
Okay.
And that is a statement from Olkalou. And normally the mountain is homogeneous. What happens in Olkalou is what's happening in Kiambaa. What happens in Kiambaa is what will happen in Madeira. What happens in Madeira is what will happen in Igembe Central. If you remember, UDA came in through 2 by-elections. One in a place called Rulie, that is Olkalou, and Kiambaa.
A year before the election.
A year before the election.
Yes.
Normally the mountain, the way, we have history. A region has a way it does its politics. It has a tradition. Mm-hmm. One, the mountain does not divide its vote. We only divided last year, 2022, 87-13. Because Uhuru Kenyatta was there, he was president, he had some followers. I was there, I represented the change the people desired. So 87-13. But previously, it's normally a homogeneous vote. The decisions in the mountain are made through by-elections. TNA, the party of Uhuru Kenyatta, came to the stage through a by-election in Kangema in 2012. And once it won that by-election, that was it. UDA came through Rulie and Kiambaa. And if you look at the Kiambaa win, it was close. UDA defeated Jubilee by only 500 votes. I was in charge of that campaign. And by the way, Rogers, I'm an expert in by-elections. I've never lost a by-election. I'm a very detailed campaigner.
You've lost by extension.
No, let me explain.
Mbeere North, and we'll get to that.
I never lose by-elections. The difference between DCP, the party of the moment in the mountain, and UDA, William Ruto's party, was 30,000 votes. 30,000. It was a whitewash. It was a clear message of where the people are. And had the police goons, the rogue police officers, who caused voter suppression through violence, if they had allowed the voting to go on, this margin would have been 50,000. So that's where we are.
Okay.
And we are pleased with what is going on because I was aware that is a situation myself. But I too wanted some bit of confirmation scientifically as to where the mountain is. I am now very clear in my mind. I knew that's where we are, but sometimes it's good to do things in a practical way. Test and see. Are people where they have been telling me they are? Are the people where they have been saying where they are? The answer is yes. The mountain people are through with William Ruto.
Okay.
UDA is dead. And I can tell you for free, next year, you look for me in September. UDA will not get a single seat in the mountain. Not an MCA, not a member of parliament, not women rep, not senator, not governor, not president. I can tell you, you can take that to the bank. I've been around for a while. I've been through many succession. I was there on the succession from single party to multi-partyism in 1992. I was a player. I was there in the Moi succession in 2002. I was a player. I was there in 2013, the Uhuru succession. I was a player. I was there right in the mix in the Uhuru succession that brought William Ruto as president. I was a key player. I am a very key player and a very active player in the Ruto succession matrix. So when I tell you, I know. I know.
Okay, and it's a fact that DCP has gained ground since its launch in May 2025, but there are those who view the Olkalou results as a minor setback before a major comeback, especially from the broad-based government. As a matter of fact, they're quite quick to list the 10 parliamentary and senatorial by-elections that were recently held, because DCP has only won one parliamentary seat in Olkalou, regardless of the 3 previous seats you won in the MCA races spread across the country in Narok, Nairobi, and I think in Western Kenya. So terming your reaction as over-excitement seems to be a logical reaction from them. And before you come in and respond to that, I'd just like us to listen to what the 2 foremost leaders in UDA party had to say. One of them being Professor Kithure Kindiki in May this year during an economic empowerment event in Nyandarua County, who said that Olkalou by-election would be the contest where he would politically deal with you, that you will meet on the ground and respect will reign. Equally, we'll listen to what President William Ruto had to say just last week after the Olkalou results, while he was meeting a section of leaders from Bungoma County at State House, Nairobi. Alisema, mafundi wa siasa hawajafika bado. Let's listen from the horse's mouth.
By-election inakuja Olkalou, Nyandarua. Tutakutana na huyo mwanaume hapo Nyandarua. I am telling you. Mimi nangojea tukutane na huyo mwanaume. Na hiyo kifua yake anajipiga. Tutamnyorosha. Atamnyorosha mbaya sana. Baya. Hapo ndio hapo ndio heshima itapatikana.
Mnasema tuendelee ama tuendelee? Nyinyi mko tayari? Yes. Na msikuwe na wasiwasi. Relax. Hii siasa, sisi ndio mafundi wa hii kitu. Hii siasa tunajua kuitengeneza siasa vizuri. Hapa mbele sasa kiwanja itakuwa wazi. Tutakutana kwa kiwanja. Yes. Ama namna gani? Yes, tutakutana kwa kiwanja hapa.
All right, Rigathi Gachagua, a lot has been said. I'll give you a right of reply.
Well, when Professor Kindiki said those words, my answer was very quick. I told him the Honorable Kerao had not been buried. I told him because of staying with William Ruto, he seems to have forgotten our traditions and our culture. You don't discuss inheriting a man who has not been buried. And I knew he had already started on a bad footing. I also sent him a text and told him, if he gets time to read a book by Wole Soyinka that says a tiger does not proclaim its tigrishhood, it pounces. He said, atatunyorosha, tutaheshimiana is true. Tumeheshimiana. I mean, it's there. He never even went there to Olkalou. And I didn't go either. I left it to my young boys there to deal with that by-election. He was full of bravado. He was breathing fire, saying, tutanyorosha huyo mwanaume ataniona, ikimalizika tutaheshimiana. I said, yes. But I told him, a tiger does not proclaim its tigrishhood, it pounces. Because he's very embarrassed, because he talks with a lot of bravado. But it's okay. I've heard the President William Ruto says, ni food yes. Sisi ni engineer. And we shall allocate him work as a fundi. You know engineers design, yeah? Engineers design and supervise construction. Ni mtu ya kufanya. William Ruto today, if you ask him, before we parted, I had a very long sitting with him for 4 hours outside State House. We sat, the two of us. And I was convinced that he was overrated. When I listened to him, I believed he was overrated. And I did give him political advice. Because he had started betraying the mountain, deceiving the mountain, and persecuting the mountain. And I did advise him as his deputy. I told him, Mr. President, I'm your advisor. I helped you to be president. We have come a long journey. I can see the route you are going. And the consequences will be very disastrous politically. I say the people of the mountain hate betrayal and they hate deception. And if you betray the people of the mountain, they will abandon you and they'll fight you. Please don't. He argued with me. I told him, you yourself, William Ruto, you are a beneficiary of the mountain's distaste for betrayal. When the mountain perceived that President Uhuru Kenyatta had betrayed you, they punished Uhuru Kenyatta and made you president, just to show that they don't like betrayal. And you are not one of them. Please, don't betray the mountain. You will regret. He told me, I have 35 years experience. You are one-term MP. I had him repeat that the same day. You can teach me nothing about politics. I told him it is true. I don't know much as you do. But about matters the mountain, I know more than you do. I told him, you are a builder, and I see you building a lot. You like building. If you have a house you have built, along the way you get more money and you decide to modify it, you go ahead. If you find you made a few errors, doesn't have enough light, you do. You can change the roof.
Dreaming of the ultimate holiday? Discover the world in luxury with Primcat Travels. Cruise to breathtaking destinations while enjoying fine dining, exciting entertainment, relaxing ocean views, and unforgettable adventures. Book your worldwide cruise holiday today with Primcat Travels, your trusted travel partner.
Government is a mountain. Don't touch the foundation of your government. If you do, you will lose the government, and you'll be the first president in the world to destabilize his own government. And I told him, if you touch the foundation of your government, you will not have peace until the general election. I went further to tell him, if you touch the foundation of your government, the mountain, you'll be a one-term president. What happened in Olkalou is exactly what I told him. President William Ruto took projects in Olkalou for 14.5 billion. 14.5 billion. He took a train, he took 2 boats, he took transformers, He graded roads, he took shoes, he took mattresses, he took gas cylinders. He did everything you can ever do for a society until the neighboring constituencies started asking God whether he could take their members of parliament so that they can also get goodies. He spent 1.2 billion Kenya shillings in cash. But the people said no, because he betrayed the mountain. And the people of the mountain hate betrayal. And betrayal in the mountain has no remedy. Once you betray the people, it's over. Again, on top of betrayal, he started persecuting the mountain. He started sending goons and police to attack churches. The people of the mountain are Christians. And in fact, why he gained favor with them is because they are basically Christians. He was in church every Sunday. And he warmed himself in their hearts as a Christian. He was in church every Sunday with the Bible. He would sing our songs. He would talk Kikuyu. And people said, for the first time, the Church of Christ has a candidate. They elected him because of his connection with the church.
Okay.
The day he sent goons and police to attack PCM Wiki Church, the day he sent goons and police to attack PCA Kariobangi, the day he sent Nairobi Sierra Squad, headed by Madina Member of Parliament Eric Wamombi and his wife Betty Maina, to kill people inside church, that is the day, whatever little chance there was that he could recover after betraying the mountain, that was it. And then, of course, thereafter, with Moses Kuria and Kimani Ichung'wa, anytime there is a problem, he would send goons to destroy businesses belonging to the people of Mount Kenya. And they took it very badly, because the people of Mount Kenya are basically business people. And they are very protective of their wealth and their businesses. When William Ruto decided to persecute the mountain, and any time there was a crisis in the country, he would take advantage to punish the mountaineers and destroy their businesses. That was it. And again, finally, deceiving people. You know, these mountain people are business people. When he came with the bottom-up economic agenda, telling people, I can lift you from the bottom of the pyramid to up. I can help you when you had a kiosk to own a supermarket. The whole philosophy was very attractive to the mountain people, because basically that's who they are. They are people who like to rise from nothing to something.
Okay.
So when he came with that agenda, it was very attractive. Only for people to realize it was a con, it was deception. There was nothing like that. He said he would put people money in the pocket. The little they had, he took it away through taxation. So this Olkalou is just a culmination. They're actually sending a message to him. Let me tell you, this decision was made a long time ago in 2024. But it's been getting worse, especially when he attacked the churches. It got very bad. When he attacked businesses, it got very bad. And of course, adding insult to injury, when he started abusing the community and saying it is tribal, despite the fact that they voted for him when he was not one of their own. They defied President Uhuru Kenyatta, their own son, and voted for him. And when he realized there is resistance for the mountain, he went on top of the car in Nyanza, elsewhere, saying these people are very tribal. That was an insult to a community that has a lot of pride, a community that believes in itself, that felt that they made him president, they assisted him. He not only betrayed them, deceived them, persecuted them, turned against them, but he's also abusing them as a community. So Olkalou, despite spending almost 16 billion in one single constituency, I can tell you in Olkalou, my brother Rogers, there were 7 cabinet secretaries, 16 principal secretaries, 42 chief executive officers of prostitutes, 91 members of parliament, 2,000 police officers, cash, 1.2 billion shillings in cash, projects worth more than 14.5 billion. But those people had a message for William Ruto. Yeah? We are through with you because you betrayed us, you deceived us, you have turned against us, you have persecuted us, you have attacked our churches, you have set goons against us, you have made life unbearable for us. On top of that, every weekend when you are out there, except when you are at the mountain, you are abusing a community that made you president.
Okay, but back to perhaps the symbolism of this win. The others who are watering it down, I've mentioned one of the instances that has been mentioned. You've only won one parliamentary seat out of the 10 that were contested in by-elections. And just to check you, you lost Mbeere North through the Democratic Party. Perhaps, how would you build momentum from this one win to replicate it across the 10 counties? And equally, when you hear people saying that it was a battle between the Defenders Jubilee Party and the DCP, it had nothing to do with UDA. How do you respond to them?
Those are sour grapes. One, if it was a battle between Jubilee and DCP, what was the government doing in Olkalou with 16 billion shillings? What were they doing there? If what Aden Duale is saying, Aden Duale is just a noisemaker. It's a fellow who did not even give President William Ruto 7,000 votes. He is cabinet secretary, courtesy of the mountain people. He should not abuse the mountain people. When yesterday he was in Mandera, he said Kikuyus are hyenas, and we have asked people to go to NCIC and report him. Aden Duale is cabinet secretary, courtesy of the votes the mountain people gave to William Ruto. At every opportunity, he abuses the Kikuyu nation. Saying that it was a contest between Jubilee and DCP is thinking Kenyans are stupid. I mean, if UDA was not part of the process, why were they giving boats? Why were they bringing a train? Why were they giving a mattress to every household? Why were they giving gas cylinders? Why were they bribing people? Why did they bring goons to kill people? Why did they bring rogue police officers to kill people? Duale should respect the people of Kenya. Number two, my friend, it is not one win we are celebrating. You are not getting it. It is a significance. One, there are 6 issues in this election. Why we are celebrating and why we must continue celebrating. One, the people of Olkalou, on behalf of the people of Kenya, have proven to the country that William Ruto's dirty money mean nothing. That you can come with billions and bribe people to be elected. That is not possible. People of Kenya know now that the billions William Ruto has stolen cannot bribe the people of Kenya to vote for him. That's why we are celebrating. Because money is bad. And people are fearful that this man has stolen too much. He can use it to bribe pure people to give him back the presidency. The fact that the people of Olkalou have been bribed with 1.2 billion shillings and they have refused to vote for his candidate is a confirmation that his dirty money means nothing in this country. Number two, why we are celebrating is that William Ruto can no longer deceive the people of Kenya. He has been unmasked. He came with the Bible and deceived Christians, pretending to be holy, pretending he is very prayerful, pretending he is saved. Nobody saw through him. He came with the bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
Okay.
It was a lie.
You
now,
mentioned that, yes.
This deception, the deception in Olkalou was bring a trade, bring boats, bring transformers, bring roads, and cheat the people that you are working for them. The people asked, why are you not doing it in the neighboring Kipipiri constituency? Why are you not doing it in Kinangop? Why are you not doing it in Oljororok? The people saw through deception.
Okay.
So one of the greatest issues we are celebrating is that the people of Kenya now have the capacity to see through William Ruto and how deceptive he is. So that we are celebrating.
Allow me to cut you short, because at the end of the day, I have to bring in what happened in Mbeere North.
No, allow me, because you have asked the significance why we are celebrating.
Yes.
Just allow me to give you why.
Okay.
And it's not just a win, it's a win for the country. Number 3, people have been fearing that William Ruto can steal an election. And Kenyans have been asking us, you people, one-term people, will vote for you. What will you do to stop William Ruto from stealing the election? Kenyans have been very scared. In Olkalou, the people of Olkalou have shown that you cannot steal an election. The people who are there defended the election to the end. They tried to bring in stuffed ballot papers through police. They were stopped by the people. They tried to bring people pretending to be illiterate so that they can mark for them. The people said no. So it's a great victory that Kenyans will go and vote and protect the vote. That is a great victory. That is one of the things that we are really celebrating, you know?
Yeah.
And it's important. Number 3, we are celebrating that Kenyans cannot be intimidated by goons and police. There were 2,000 police officers, 4 platoons of the General Service Unit, 4 platoons of the Anti-Stock Theft Unit, 4 water cannons, hooded police goons with the AK-47 assault rifle and M16 automatic rifle, intimidating the people of Olkalou to stop voting, and the people said no. They stayed in the polling station. They were searching police vehicles. They stopped the police from entering polling stations to steal the election, to interfere with the counting. They barricaded polling stations with rocks and logs and actually stopped the police and government from stealing an election. That is why we are in a celebratory mood, and this celebration must go on because Kenyans were fearful. Today, Kenyans are calling me from all over. Can we come to Olkalou and benchmark on how to protect the vote? Voting is not enough. That's what Kenyans are saying. We have known from Olkalou that voting is not enough. And then now you can ask, I'll tell you now about Mbeere. If you can ask me about Mbeere now, I have the answer for you after what I've explained to you. So we are not, William Ruto should know, we are not celebrating one win. We are celebrating the realization that you cannot steal an election in this country. We are celebrating the realization that police cannot intimidate voters. We are celebrating a realization that Ruto's dirty money means nothing in this country. We are celebrating the realization that he cannot deceive people with the mattresses, with beans, with the rice. People will take all those goodies and then make the right decision. That is why we are celebrating.
Fair enough. The point is across. So let's talk about Mbeere North, because when the opposition lost through DP, you said it had nothing to do with the national outlook due to the local dynamics, clanism, you name it. Olkalou equally has unique voting dynamics. The late Kieraho had survived a wave of UDA in 2022, defended his seat being a third-term member of parliament using the Jubilee Party. So what did you get right in Olkalou that your joint team didn't execute well in Mbeere North?
We are very happy that we lost Mbeere. Had we won in Mbeere with a small margin, we would have relaxed, thinking that we will have a free and fair election, and Ruto will have stolen the general election. The Mbeere election taught us that you must protect the vote. It was stolen before our own eyes. 1, all women and men who receive cash transfer were intimidated by chiefs that if they don't vote for the UDA candidate, they will lose their money. And because chiefs are influential, they believed it. They were all chaperoned to the polling station, and they were instructed to say that they don't know how to read and write. And somebody marked for them.
Assisted voters.
Assisted voters.
Okay.
6,500. They were forced, they were intimidated that if you don't vote for UDA, you will not, receive your money. And for us to make sure, when you go to the polling station, you must say you don't know how to write. So they were assisted. That we learned. We corrected that in Kalau. One, we had a message to the old people. Cash transfer is your right. These are public funds. And they are voted for parliament. Nobody can take it away from you. The chiefs should not intimidate you. First, we educated the old people. They had. Number two, our agents refused anybody to be assisted as a voter if you have signed your ID. They checked the ID. If you put your thumbprint, then they say you'll be assisted. And you will be assisted by one assisted. And you will be assisted by one person at a time. In Bere, one person was there to assist 200 voters. So we were able to cure that. Number three, in Bere, they gave people money, deposit, 5,000. And then they were told, when you go and vote, you photograph the vote, you come and collect the balance.
It's supposed to be a secret ballot.
That is it, that is it. So in Olkalou, we demanded that nobody will be allowed to take a photograph of the ballot because of the secrecy, the sanctity of the ballot. That was honored.
Okay.
Number four, in Mbere, police and goons attacked polling stations led by CS Rocco and stuffed ballot papers in 4 polling stations when it's dark. So in this one, we made arrangements. In every big polling station, we had 500 men, young men, to make sure police and goons do not overrun the polling station. In every medium polling station, we had 300 young men to make sure police do not overrun the station. In every small polling station, we had 200 men. We were able to stop the police and government from overrunning the polling station to staff. So I'm saying, we lost Mbere because we did not know what Ruto had put in place. So in Olkalou, we corrected all that was wrong in Mbere, in Malava, in Murwa Dikir. We had an opportunity because we participated in those elections. And that's what I'm saying now. My message to the people of Kenya: William Ruto will not steal the general election. We have perfected voter protection in Olkalou, and we're asking everybody to come to Olkalou to benchmark. I am willing to set up teams from Olkalou, as many as 40, 50 teams, where we are requested. They go and educate our other Kenyans on how to protect the vote. William Ruto was hell-bent to steal this vote. In fact, at one time, when they realized that they are losing the vote, they connived with the chairman of IBC, Mr. Ethekon, who threatened to cancel the election if there is violence. And because there was no violence of any meaningful magnitude, government planned that weekend to cause violence so that Ethekon can postpone the election. We were too smart for them. We avoided all meetings. I told Governor Iroko Kangata not to go to Olkalou. I kept away myself. We denied them an opportunity to cause violence to postpone the general election. My message to the people of Kenya is that voting is not enough. You vote and protect the vote. We now have a template to share with the rest of the country on how to protect the vote, because it has been done successfully when there were plans and real intention. Very practical program. All those police goons you saw there, commando style, shooting like in a movie.
We'll get to that in a few. Yes.
Yeah, they had come actually to steal this election. The sheer will of the Kenyan voter, I am so amazed. And that's why I'm in celebration. The resilience of the Kenyan voter, the sheer bravado to protect their democratic right is something we must celebrate for a very long time.
And I hope this was done within the law, because once you vote, you're supposed to be outside the polling station, 400 meters away from
It was done outside the polling station.
No police was manhandled.
Nobody was, all the policemen who are inside the polling station were very nice, very professional. The IBC officials, the POs, the deputy POs, the clerks, perfect. The returning officer, perfect. Our issue is the commissioners.
Let's talk about this IBC then, because many said that it would be a litmus test for the commission in how they'll be conducting this Olkalou by-election. Yet we saw Kenyans come out to protect the vote, perhaps due to that deficit of trust. So as we inch closer to the 2027 general election, are we dealing with a neutral arbiter from where you sit? Can they deliver free, fair and credible election?
They cannot deliver free and fair election. Kenyans will have to come in. The IBC failed to protect the voters. As we speak, 2 people were killed in Olkalou by rogue police officers. Zakaria Gakunya Mukora from Huhoine, Rurie Ward. James Muigai Mwathi from Mobi polling station in Kaibaga Ward. And I want to take this opportunity to send my deepest condolences to the families and friends. I'll be going tomorrow to Olkalou to bury these 2. And I have directed that the responsibility of burying these 2 goes to the community. They will be buried by the community. I have said the families should not put a shilling or anything. They died in defense of the dignity of the community, and therefore they will be buried by the community. IBC, up to today, has not condemned these 2 deaths. Up to today, the voter suppression that was done by rogue police officers sent by Mokomen to Olkalou, IBC has not condemned. There was violence for 6 hours, even against the uniformed police officers, by these rogue police officers. Up to now, IBC has not condemned it. There was wanton bribery for 2 months. IBC never condemned this bribery, never took action against cabinet ministers and PSS who are bribing people. It is clear the IB commissioners are on the side of William Ruto. But the beauty of it is that the election officials at the grassroots were very professional. Okay? They conducted a very free and fair exercise. It's only that there was voter suppression. Many people from Olkalou, over 20,000, were denied the right to vote because of violence, not by goons, not by the people of Olkalou, by police who are armed and hooded. The IBC did not protect the election because it's their job to make sure they have made sufficient security arrangements. They looked the other way around as police, rogue police officers from Sierra Squad and others terrorized the people of Olkalou, attacked polling stations, tear-gassed the county commissioner of Nyandarua, tear-gassed police officers who are in uniform, and made hell. In fact, had the people of Olkalou not be the 2 true descendants and remnants of Mau Mau, this election would have been stolen. I can tell you, I can tell you that the only way this election was conducted and a winner announced, despite the voter suppression, 20,000 people were denied an opportunity to vote. The only reason why this election took place is because the people of Olkalou, men and women and young people, are remnants and descendants of the Mau Mau. And they went to war with this police. The police had guns, they had tear gas. The members of the public took logs, they took rocks, they took pangas, they took axes, and defended their democracy.
Isn't this a recipe for disaster?
But I'm asking, it's a recipe for disaster because it's a recipe for disaster because the violence in Olkalou was not among the people of Olkalou fighting each other. It was state-sponsored.
And I know the right to self-defense is okay, but
the right to, you know, people, where we have reached, and that's why I'm saying, I want to tell William Ruto and Kipchumba Murkomen, they are preparing this country for anarchy. When policemen who are paid by taxpayers, who are having guns bought by public money, who are having tear gas bought by public money, descend upon innocent voters, beat them and kill them, and rape women, policemen who are employed by the public, who are paid by the public. William Ruto and Kipchumba Murkomen are setting the stage for anarchy in this country because, and they are very disgusted that the National Police Service have been transformed into a criminal gang by the CS called Kipchumba Murkomen. And they are frustrated. They are frustrated because when they went to Kiganjo, when they went to Embakasi, they were trained to protect Kenyans. Yeah. They were never trained to attack Kenyans. But Murkomen has transformed the National Police Service into a militia. As we speak, because these officers who have been attacking people, they are the ones who attacked the church in Wetima, ACK. I took the evidence to the IG, their photographs and their names and videos. Instead of being prosecuted, they were promoted and given more responsibilities and given more sophisticated weapons. They were deployed in Olkalou. The photographs are there, the videos are there. Now that they have been exposed, instead of being arrested and prosecuted, very senior police officers have called me. They have actually been transferred. One minor who is bodyguard to Bete Minor has been taken to Kilifi. One Malonga has been taken to Bomet. One Kyoko has been taken to Maba Police. One Murangeri has been taken to Turkana. One Meguna has been taken to Kwale. The senior police officers are asking, this is our country. How did we reach here? That the police who are supposed to protect the people of Kenya, the police who are paid by the public to protect them, the arms that they carry have been bought through taxpayers' money to protect the people of Kenya. Murkomen has created a militia within the National Police Service to harm the people of Kenya. As we speak, 2 people are dead. Not a statement from the National Police Service about these 2 deaths. Women have been raped. These people created mayhem. They had 4 platoons of GSU. They had 4 platoons of ASTU. They had 1,000 uniformed police officers, but they were helpless because this criminal gang had been sent there by Murkomen to cause mayhem. The police are saying, please, remove this government from power next year. In fact, taken to Bomet. One Kyoko has been taken to Maba Police. One Murangeri has been taken to Turkana. One Meguna has been taken to Kwale. The senior police officers are asking, this is our country. How did we reach here? That the police who are supposed to protect the people of Kenya, the police who are paid by the public to protect them, the arms that they carry have been bought through taxpayers' money to protect the people of Kenya. Murkomen has created a militia within the National Police Service to harm the people of Kenya. As we speak, 2 people are dead. Not a statement from the National Police Service about these 2 deaths. Women have been raped. These people created mayhem. They had 4 platoons of GSU. They had 4 platoons of ASTU. They had 1,000 uniformed police officers, but they were helpless because this criminal gang had been sent there by Murkomen to cause mayhem. The police are saying, please, remove this government from power next year. In fact, most of the information that I have is from the police. They are embarrassed. They are asking, how come we were trained to protect the people of Kenya? We are paid to protect the people of Kenya. How can it be Murkomen has deployed us to hurt Kenyans, to kill Kenyans, to rape women, to maim innocent people, to disrupt the election? Now these people have been transferred, and they have only been transferred because they have been exposed. I am told as we speak, Murkomen has picked a new squad. It has been taken to a training base in Moyale to come and take over from what this group was doing. So what we saw in Olkalou, we have seen nothing. We have not seen the last of it. And I can tell you from where I sit, if Kipchumba Murkomen will be the CS Interior as we go towards the election, there will be civil war in this country. There will be anarchy. Because now people know. See, why people defended Olkalou, they saw it in Bere. What people have seen on Olkalou, Rogers, you want to tell me there are Kenyans who are going to wait and expect William Ruto to steal the election? And you know this was an election of one candidate. There will be presidential candidate. There will be people defending the votes of Rigathi Gachagua. There will be people defending the votes of the governor. There will be people defending the votes of the senator. There will be people defending the votes of the member of the National Assembly. There will be people defending the MC. And there are multiple candidates. We have 50, 60 aspirants in candidates in one polling station. All of them will mobilize to protect their vote from Ruto, Murkomen, and goons.
And I'd like us to hear...
They arm themselves. Let me tell you, when police come armed with guns, do you expect wananchi to go and face them with the bare hands? Because we are saying the right to self-defense is there in our laws. And because William Ruto has made Murkomen the minister for goonism and coordination of state terror, the people of Kenya will get prepared.
And I think the logical question would be how to avoid such a scenario.
How to avoid such
just
scenario?
Hold on, briefly, because I'd like us to hear from the two individuals you adversely mentioned. President William Ruto on Tuesday directed security agencies to intensify operations against goons and organized criminal groups across Kenya. Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen, I think it was just this Sunday, said DCI is seized of this matter and they're looking into those armed, masked individuals. Let's just listen and then we'll get the right of reply, briefly.
Every sector of our society, the business leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, have all agreed that having lawlessness, goons and all these other characters, criminals, should be stopped. Now that we have a consensus, our security agencies must do their job. Within the law, they must do their job and they must stop criminality.
Kulikuwa na watu walionekana huko Olkalou, walikuwa wanaleta vurugu, walikuwa nani? Mimi nataka nitangaze kwa taifa ya kwamba DCI wa taifa la Kenya, Director of Criminal Investigations, tayari amefungua faili ya uchunguzi kujua kwamba ni watu hawa ni wagani, walifanya makosa gani, na waliumiza watu gani, na kwa nini walikuwa pale, ili wachukuliwe hatua ya sheria. Mwisho watakapomaliza, ule DPP atapelekewa file na hawa watachukuliwa hatua ya kisheria.
Because he is the cause. These goons, let me ask you, these are police officers who are there. They are under him. So he is asking us to give him what information. Instead of arresting them, the way he said DCI, they have been transferred. So you are just transferring a problem.
So NPS is not independent?
In Witima, the DCI carried out investigations and recommended the prosecution of 12 police officers, 2 members of parliament, Eric Wamumbi and Betty Maina. William Ruto stopped that prosecution. He is actually the problem. John Jogona Kawanjiko is an ally of President William Ruto. All those police killer squads that were in Olkalou, all of them, one group was Ada Charles Karondo, the chairman of Communications Authority, who wants to oppose Dede Nyoro in Keharu. The other one was Ada Dennis Itumbe. The other group was Ada Betty Maina and Eric Wamumbi. These officers are known by name. Their photographs are there. The videos are there. So Murkomen is asking people to report what? When William says that it has been agreed we stop lawlessness, he is a problem because the man he has appointed as CS Interior is the one who fed these goons. He is the one who was funding the police officers in Olkalou. They were staying in a hotel called Royal Garden. He is the one who was paying the bills. They had Prados. State of the art. You saw the Prados.
We've documented them. Yes,
they are documented.
Yes.
So these two men, William Ruto and Kipchumba Murkomen, thinks Kenyans are fools. You know the way William Ruto deceived the people of Kenya in 2022? He still thinks Kenyans are there. He used to say that there is a shortage of fools in the country. I want to remind him, There are no fools in this country. The problem of insecurity in this country is being caused by government itself. And even goons have become very embodied because they work hand in hand with the police. In Olkalou, we had police goons who had arms, and we had the ordinary goons. The ordinary goons were being protected by the police, and were all working together. You paid them for those days. They must continue eating. That is why you saw goons stop vehicles on Thika Road for 2 hours and steal from people valuables, because they have been working with the police, so they are embodied. And can you imagine, Rogers, where these goons attacked motorists on Thika Road?
Police station.
Pangani police station is 100 meters. Muthaiga police station is 80 meters for 2 hours. They terrorized motorists and the people of Kenya, and there was no police response. In Wetima, where we were attacked, we were rogue police officers for 2 hours, and police did not come. The other day, some investors were there at Carnival. They were attacked by goons. Their jewelry was stolen. Their watches were stolen. They lost their money and their phones. Police did not even show up. So when William government say that they must bring an end to this goonism, the only way we can believe them, one, they must arrest the people who attacked Mweki PCA Church, take them to court. They must arrest them to court. They must arrest the police officers and the 2 members of parliament who attacked Wetima, take them to court. They must arrest the members of parliament who are in Olkalou, Dennis Itumbe, Charles Karondo, the police officers and the goons, because Mukome knows them. He is the one who paid them. He is the one who organized it. So telling us about DCI, that DCI is a joke. I have seen a letter when Albert Ojwang died in Central Police Station. DCI saying that he knocked his head against the wall. You have seen the CCTV footage. He was killed by policemen. Does this DCI have any credibility? Can anybody depend on the DCI in this country to investigate anything? In Olkalou, the DCI himself called the local DCI commanders and told them to keep off and allow these rogue police officers sent by Mukome to do what they want to do. Even the county commissioner himself was tear-gassed by these police officers. So the problem is William Ruto, Kipchumba Mukome, Raymond Omolo, and DCI Amin. They are all partners in crime, and they cannot pretend that now there is a problem of goonism. The issue is not even goonism, it's police goons, and police working with the goons to terrorize the people of Kenya. That's why I'm saying, as I wind up, if this Kipchumba Mukome will be the CS Interior, if Raymond Omolo will be the PS Interior, he's the one who has been organizing goons in Kisumu and Kakamega. They have divided. Kipchumba Mukome is in charge of goons for Nairobi and the mountain, where they are having resistance. These goons are sent to areas where William Ruto is being resisted. Raymond Omolo has goons to deal with Nyanza and Western to deal with leader Mwananchi Sifuna and group. And the goons in Nairobi and the mountain, they are